We have to figure out some kind of intro for this thing.
Intro.
I think it'll evolve. I'm Corey Colson.
Welcome to Between Two Joints.
Between the joints? Between two joints?
Between
the joints.
The joints. Ah, that's better.
I like it.
Between the expansion joints.
And then we just cross out expansion. So the topic of this last 2 weeks is, why does Brandon Landis work in socks?
Yes, what's wrong with them?
Don't you know you're going to lose a toe?
All of them.
Don't you know that if you bend over like that, your back is never going to recover?
Yep. You won't last long working that way.
Yeah, the ignorance is crazy out there right now, dude. I think I was telling you the other day, I think there are people that are coming in now that don't know who we are, don't know the background, don't know kind of this side of the industry. So it's kind of comical to see them pipe up and then to see other people's reactions because they know us. So.
Yeah. I've been seeing that the last few years, especially when you're a little more distanced on the forums like we've been lately. New people come in and establish their own
attempted dominance.
Yeah, within the forums, and then you pop up and they're like, who the fuck is this guy that just got here?
I heard that Cybertrucks are real rare. There's only 3,000 of them, so you can see the town's biggest dipshit. It was funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It was funny, and we talked about this the other day. I feel about this Cybertruck, I love it now, right? But I think everybody else feels how I used to feel.
Yes, exactly.
Which is, it was stupid. Mm-hmm. I thought this thing was the stupidest thing, and I really didn't intend on liking it. And I've fallen in love with the stupid thing. So,
oops.
If I'm a dipshit, so be it. 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, dipshit.
Yeah, it's like you picked up this fat chick at the bar as a joke, and then
it was good.
Now you love her.
Yeah, you just want to drive her every day.
But yeah, you got to go out in public with her, and everyone's laughing at you.
Yeah, I get thumbs down. I get a middle finger.
She's not just a fat chick. She's like morbidly obese, but surprisingly fast.
You know, the only thing that matters here is the fact that the kids love it. Everywhere, and you've seen it everywhere we go. So anyway, this stupid Cybertruck, off to somewhat of a slow start with the build, I'd say. We got the vehicles wrapped this week. We have the box trucks going in next week.
Yep.
We are talking about the future new studio and what that's going to look like.
Yep.
Which would be cool.
Super cool.
Our tentative, unrealistic grand opening of October 1st.
I think it's going to be, October 1st might be our soft opening. Like, we'll open. But I think when it's 100%, we should have another opening.
I don't even have internet in there yet.
Yep.
And I have so many systems to build. It's
yep.
This is how it goes though. So, we're talking today to get to the point about building business. We're not focusing as much on the technical side of what we do, but more so on the how do we run our businesses, right? According to some folks out there, we just take deposits and then that's that. So that's strategy A.
Yeah, it's like, never mind.
Yeah. Strategy B would be, to
complete projects and build a nice portfolio.
Correct.
Which I definitely don't have.
Well, and let's talk about that for a second, right? So that's one key thing I think most people are missing out there. I heard somebody recently tell me they felt like they were so far behind and, frustrated with where they were at. And I was like, dude, you are so far ahead of so many other people. You actually have things in your portfolio. And that's like the most important thing. You have to sell yourself. And it's no different than us building Coding Central. We're building a portfolio that people can come and look and feel and touch. And when you go in to get a tattoo, do you just blindly pick a tattoo artist? Because I don't. I want to see what that guy's work looks like.
I don't.
Right.
You don't.
Right.
Some people do. But intelligent buyers do not.
Yeah. So a good portfolio is a good place to start, even if you have no structure or backbone to your business. We've talked about the gaps in the past, seeing everything as an area for opportunity, not a negative, but a positive to be able to build the business that you want. It's pretty simple. It's for us right now, what we saw was just that. Where do we start? We start in our presentation. We identified, I think, not just what the industry need, but right now we're looking at what is our community, what does our backyard need, right? We kind of joked, that we had to have the majority of the building dumbed down a little bit, right? Just in the sense of not everybody's going to be able to emulate some of the things that are in there. And, that was a discussion that we had. But we also did that because of the needs of the community primarily. Most of what sells these days, 90% of it's a flake garage. You get into that 10% and a very small amount is micro cements and overlay. A very small amount is, kind of specialty metallics. You almost see no mixed medias out there. So it's an interesting break.
Yep. Yeah, and two things about building your portfolio, and this is something I always try to explain to guys that are newer in the industry, is number one, your portfolio is going to be an investment. You have to be willing to put out a better project than what you're getting paid for in the beginning. Because until you prove you're capable of that level of work, no one's going to pay you for that level of work.
In other words, if you have a $100,000 job, I'm not telling you to break your back, but be willing to do it for 20 or 25.
Yes, be willing to do it as an investment into your own portfolio and your own future.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, don't take every job.
Yeah.
What happens to the actors that do every movie?
Yep.
You have to take the jobs that are going to build your portfolio and the direction you want it to go.
And of course, the one thing that I've learned is it has to be a good relationship, right? Between you and the client. With us, that's tough because we deal with hundreds of people currently in Megan's setting. In these situations, if you get a bad vibe from somebody that you're going to work with, run.
Don't do it.
That red flag is there. I don't care if it pays you. You're making 80% profit margins on this job. It's not worth it. And
you're probably not going to make 80% because you're probably not going to get paid.
Yeah. What are your questions, right? You guys have questions on how do I start a business? How do I structure an LLC? What's most beneficial to my situation? How do I run multiple businesses? What are pass-throughs? Just the little things that you can kind of plan for the future and the exit strategies of your business. So maybe if we have a comment section below, ask some good questions and we'll bring them up in the future. But
good idea.
But outside of the structure of the business, the important pieces.
Please let me know in the comment section what you think of my sweet Rick and Morty hat.
Rick, I don't want to go. Oh, man. What a great show, by the way. Thank you for introducing that to me. So what else do you think is important for starting your business? These guys, these wherever they're at in their life, whether it's second career, for me it was second career, or just getting started, what is the most important part?
One of the biggest things that I see that this industry lacks, so I'm just going to throw it out there, is a realistic understanding of your own limitations.
Yep.
Like, you have to know thyself. You have to know what you're really capable of delivering and what you are not quite ready for. And you got to really be honest with yourself about that so you don't get into a sticky situation with a customer. So, like, one of my mottos is under promise, over deliver.
Yeah.
One thing, like, I go into with every customer, and like I've done it all along just because I understand the nature of things, especially on a high artistic level. I tell people.
Did you say autistic?
I used the hard R. It's artistic.
Got it.
And it's like when people are interested, I tell them, like this, and it's not like this with every scenario, like some guys just want to throw a flake. That stuff you should be able to run a pretty tight ship.
For sure.
But if you want to get into the high-end art, you got to really set the customer's expectations that there is no completion date. Mm-hmm. Like, and if you're good and you're booked, there is no start date.
Yep.
Like, it's going to happen when it happens, and it's going to take as long to do as it's going to take to do.
Yep.
And if you want to start delivering on that high level stuff, you have to really set those expectations. 'Cause
It's kind of important.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, good point. So truck and trailer or box truck?
Oh man, I prefer truck and trailer because I can leave the trailer.
Yep, 100%. And if you're worried about your guys not being able to drive a trailer, they shouldn't be on a job site without you, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Handling 800-pound grinders,
Agreed.
you know. So grind or blast?
Well,
Both.
I guess, yeah, really, both. Yeah, if you have the option and you have the equipment.
So that's
grind and then blast, or at least grind and then water clean something.
so. This is
Get
on
it clean.
my bucket list for when I own these businesses. Right, in our area specifically, I consider my area to be Charlotte, North Carolina to Baltimore. Right, that's my target area.
It's your turf.
I think so. I mean, come challenge me. Don't. We don't have anything down here. There's nothing special in this area.
Yes, stay out.
But what I do is, what I've wanted to do is I've wanted to really push blasters hard, and that's something that Jeremy gets excited about. Right? He keeps asking about it because he's heard me talk about it in the past.
If he's listening to this right now, you know he's
he's-
rock hard.
So we've got to talk about Jeremy. So listen, this man listens to podcasts when he runs his deliveries.
Is that what he does?
Oh yeah. So
okay.
yeah,
Him and his dog.
Jeremy was a customer for a long time who became a shop resident, and I think he spent more time chilling with us than at home. So eventually, it just made sense to bring him on. He's a good dude, good loyal guy. So Tiago reaches out to me one day. I have no idea who he is. I don't know if I've told you this story or not, but he said, "Hey man, you don't know me, but I know you. I've been watching you for a long time." He said, "And I have to get this off my chest, not because I want to, but because I have to." He said, "I have been put up to leave bad reviews against your Amazon. I've been incentivized by the owner of my company to damage your company so ours can get ahead." He said, "And I can't do it anymore." And I said, "Well, I appreciate your honesty and the integrity and whatever it took for you to do that. I don't know if you're pissed off at it." And he said, "Listen, man, it has nothing to do with anything outside of I feel like I've been in the wrong and I need to right that wrong." So I asked him a little bit about what he did. We kind of acquainted. It was a very short conversation, hung up. I called him back like 3 minutes later. I said, "Hey, man, that kind of integrity is kind of what I've been looking for. And I want to, I've got some things that need to get done right now. Can you come up and help?" And he was there like 3 days later, right? Come to find out, they were ordering, one thing at a time just to leave bad reviews to send it back. And the owner of the company was paying these guys, cash and gift cards to slam our company.
Dirty.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, that's Tiago's backstory, man. He's been the best thing I think that ever happened to Megan's.
Tiago's the man.
He's a hell of a guy, and I wouldn't be able to do what we're doing right now without him. They're just we've got a good crew, man. We've got a good team. The majority of this like online posse that's out there, if you will, it all falls back to a series of distributors. Right? Every one of them. All of those people either work for a distributor or they have some kind of kickback from that distributor or product that they are associated with, right? Mm-hmm. And we have the same ability within our pages. I mean, we have control. When you look at these pages, we talk about the forums a lot, they are all owned or operated by the competing distributors. So when we brought ballistics out, it was in everybody's best interest that sold ballistics to, sell ballistics. And everybody I told no to immediately made it their goal to destroy the brand. And that's what happened. You saw a segregation of pages where one page was nothing but hate.
Internet wars.
It was an internet war, right? And it split. It was like a 50-50 split. And next thing you know, you saw that other competing product join that side. And we watched it. They used the side that continued to hate and tear us down and, try to break us. And again, I was talking about this morning. I don't have a board or a fiduciary duty. The only duty I have is to myself and my family. And I brought an idea into an industry. And what happened is these people were so disturbed by that because I wouldn't let them in on it. I see this as the opportunity of a lifetime for a lot of people to network in this industry. So that's the goal, right? I think we've got the art and architecture piece going down. I think a big pivotal piece to all of this too is how well we build out the studio in there. I think that the YouTube abilities, we can start, doing live stream classes, which is, it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to be a big piece of it. Yeah, I know you're excited about it. It's cool. I love your excitement about it.
Yeah, if we do that seating thing, we can, it's a regular thing. I think it'll start attracting people that just want to learn. I don't know. Does anybody do live YouTube streams in front of a live audience?
I don't know.
That could be a thing. That could be pretty unique. There's a million ways to make $1 million.
Yeah, Ron said something to me the other day. Shout out to Ron. He said, oh gosh, I'm going to butcher this alive. The higher you get up the mountain, the harder it is to fall to the bottom. And I think that if people are in a struggle to climb whatever mountain it is that they're climbing, they need to remember that the fear is a good thing. The fear of not being able to pay your mortgages or whatever it is, that'll break you. That'll keep you on your toes. But the constant fear of losing everything for so many people, I think, is what holds people back. And you're going to fall, but you have learned in your entrepreneurial journey how to make money in any way. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be a dirtbag and do stupid things. There are so many good opportunities out there to make a few extra bucks. And there's just, I said it to Megan the other day, we are the generation of resource. Like, we literally watched from the card catalogs and the libraries to being able to have whatever answer you wanted in the palm of your hand. And I think we're going to be the last generation that appreciates the value of that. We talked about structuring your business and planning, for a new business. We talked about currently operating, the business that you're kicking ass at, and that's great.
Setting
expectations, having exit strategies, and how important, networking and resources are. So again, I like to touch on, basic gap analysis is always the bridge to the answer of where the problem is. Everything is an area of opportunity, right? It's an opportunity. Again, we said that a little bit earlier, but all of these negatives can become positives real quick. And good luck to you in your business building. So It's not easy. It takes a lot. It takes up most of your time.
I've heard it said entrepreneur is someone who will work 100 hours for themselves to avoid working 40 hours for someone else.
Yeah, for sure. And
it's true.
I hope to always live by that.
Yep.
I don't see any reason which I wouldn't, So once you figure out you harness the power and the energy to do amazing things, it's pretty easy. So look inside yourself. Thank you for watching Between the Joints.
Between the Joints.